Intro again. This is Edward broadcasting live on Justin.tv/EdwardStarcraft. We're watching a game between RanRan, the current king of the hill after dethroning Omid, play against Smurphed, who's going to be our challenger today. And I think Smurphed also has a stream. I'm not sure if he's casting right now, but there is a link to his stream at the bottom of the Edward StarCraft Justin TV page as well. If you want to watch, if he's casting, then you can watch first person view, which is also fun. So Smurfed spawning on the bottom side of Scrap Station and RanRan spawning on the top side. It looks like Smurfed, a random player, is spawning as Terran today. I'm joined here by Infested Mr. T and also Entropy Fails.
Hey,
hello.
Infested Mr. T here.
Entropy Fails here.
We should definitely come up with some sort of like, call off thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. The first couple, the intro section is always a little bit more difficult to get to work off smoothly. And the intro to this game is always hard because everybody's just sitting there and it's like, well, two Terrans, I guess somebody's gonna build a supply depot and then a barracks. You know, where will he build them? Well, in this case, we got something interesting going on because we got a proxy racks situation here. So Smurfed is gonna proxy it right up here, huh?
I do love that position. It's a really good position to hide a proxy. It's kind of like back behind the natural, up on the ramp. So even if they move out with that scout, it's not going to be seen at first. So unless you've actually had an opponent do this to you, you might not check that. So it might actually make it by okay.
Yeah, I think this is a great placement. I love getting things up here and proxying from this. This is one of the weakest spots on Scrap Station on your opponent's base. For me, it's always critical to get a pylon up there as soon as possible after I get that second base there because I do not want people to do this to me. In fact, it's like one of the great spots to drop units on and rush in from. I mean, for a Scrap Station, this is the thing I like about the map. Go ahead.
Here's the problem, though. RanRan just moved in, and he's scouting around. He's like, where the hell is your barracks? Because that's when they see the rally points on the SCV. He's checking just about everywhere. And he could have feigned it a little bit better. Instead of building two supply depots, he could have dropped a second racks in his base. But still, we'll see if this gets found. I mean, this is like going to be his probably first place to check here, I imagine.
Well, even if it's the first place to check, it's definitely going to there's going to be problems holding it off if he's not prepared. And RanRan right now with only one barracks and Smurf coming up with a reactor barracks. This is going to be big. With double the production and oh, interesting. RanRan going for an expansion, building a bunker though. The bunker is good. The expansion, I'm not sure if it's the best timing, but then again, he does have the money. Ooh, he's not okay. He's rebuilding his bunker. G-Nerd Rage is saying hasn't seen it yet. No, RanRan is right next to this barracks. Has seen it. Has scouted it. And ooh, interesting lighting over here by those lights. I didn't know it did that.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now he's got the Marines to move out here. The bunker's almost complete. This proxy racks has completely failed, and Smurfed is in some trouble.
Yeah, RanRan also already has more Marines than Smurfed. Of course, Smurfed going to get some more. With the double production, it's going to be very good. And looking at RanRan, the factory is coming up for RanRan. Also, a factory for Smurfed already, and researching siege tech and getting siege tanks. Also, a starport coming up for Smurfed. Interesting to see what he's doing here.
That is cool. Me personally, if you've denied your opponent's expansion by investing in this huge, reactored racks up on top here, and basically says you're not going to take your expansion for a little while, I think it would be maybe a little bit better to take some of that money that he was throwing into Starport and Siege Tank and stuff like that he's never going to deal with, not until he's actually taken care of the threat that's right by his base. Take that time and invest it into making a command center, and then you'll have a great economy even after you inevitably lose your poor rack.
It looks like Smurf is a bit ahead in terms of just in terms of tech over here, but at the same time he does have more income. We're going to take a look at his income, and you can see that the harvesters are equal, but instead he's using both of his orbital commands to build harvesters. He's using both of his orbital commands to produce mules. And I'm thinking that he probably thought that Smurfed expanded behind the scenes, because usually when you do apply early pressure like this, you're going to expand. It looks like Smurfed is going to expand soon, though. He has 400 minerals now, SCV right here, and yes, also a tank drop coming in from the medevac in the middle.
Now, the thing is, RanRan is going to have this Viking, which is going to be able to snipe the medevac, which is really the only unit that he's going to have to be able to give him any vision up the ramp, which he really
kaboom!
Yes,
look at that.
taking out the majority
everything.
of those Marines. 2 Marines making it back into the bunker, but that is not enough.
I didn't manage to take a look at how many both siege tanks killed, but one of the siege tanks killed 4 units, and so that's very good. But at the same time now, RanRan getting siege tanks of his own. And, unsieged tanks over here will actually do more damage to sieged up tanks. So,
as long as he does that drop thing over and over again, for sure. But he decided not to do it. Decides to take it home. Huh.
Yeah, if we had an immortal, that would be pretty fun to see.
Well, RanRan did forget about his Viking over here. He could have easily taken out that medevac with the 2 tanks.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he was.
I think his Viking, though, was to provide vision for his tanks, because, you want to be providing vision for your tanks so they can shoot their full range. And here now we see RanRan doing a slow creep with his tanks, with his Vikings, to try to take out those Marines. Those Marines, I'm not sure why he's doing that. I mean, he knows that there's no expansion. I think that's just for greater mobility.
Yeah, well, so his Marines can rally through here, but I don't understand why the tanks went home. The tanks were the thing that was allowing this to happen, and now there's no tanks, and now there's 3 tanks. The Viking, RanRan's, I think, if the one thing I wasn't 100% happy with was, like you said, I think he should have taken that. I mean, once the Viking
losing all those Marines there, ouch.
Just really hard. And now he's going to come up here. Oh, well, he already floated the racks away. He's going to probably float it into the base to get see what's going on here. And looks like he's paused for phone. Nice. But yeah, no, he should have taken that. Okay, you see the medevac pick up the tanks, right? That's what he's got the Viking there for, to see that sort of stuff. Well, just take it away for a few seconds. It's not like these 6 Marines are going to kill your 2 siege tanks.
Yeah,
take
and
it
actually,
away.
One thing I've seen is he has this barracks over here, and he could have used the barracks to scout up there too, because it's extremely high health. Would be able to survive 1 Viking for a very long time, and use that to push up as well. I mean, that's a little more risky, and he had the reactor on it, so I don't know. He'd lose Marine production for a time, but it's always something you can do.
I mean, he lost all his Marines and his reactor anyway. So no, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, that's just it's one of those things where in real time, it's hard to think that up, but when you're sitting here just either watching it or thinking about it in the past tense, it's very easy.
We do see a barracks scouting in Ran's base. It's kind of funny to see, because usually you see people using unused factory to scout. It looks like this barracks will probably get taken down, though, by this Viking. It's trying to see as much as it can see, and I mean, I'm not sure why. I mean, I don't know any sort of build that's going to be coming out of here that would be super weird for RanRan to go for, because of the popular tank Viking. Oh! It was a distraction for Smurf's tanks in the back, doing some damage to these SCVs, getting some kills. 10 kills on one of these tanks, 3 kills, 4 kills on the other 2 tanks, and now taking out supply depots. They're going to supply block RanRan. take out some of it. Yeah, definitely going to take out quite a few supply depots. What is RanRan's reaction? He's sending his SCVs to his other base, and he's just leaving his tanks over here. I think he's going to take his... I'm not sure if he had a Banshee. I remember he had a Banshee somewhere. Not sure if that died, but that Banshee would be really useful. Looks like the tanks are getting redropped in different areas, getting sieged up. I'm not sure why they don't just crawl over themselves. Oh, dropping a tank on the other two tanks. You know, it's just doing damage, killing one tank, killing a second tank. Oh no, not killing a second tank here. Wow, brilliant play from Smurf. He always has, you know, really fun games when I watch his games, and this is just one of them.
For sure, that was a great idea. It even fooled all of us. We're all sitting there, and you know, we go back and we can look at RanRan's vision. I guarantee it was over that barracks the whole time, and didn't notice until far too late that there were 4 siege tanks there, just laying waste to his mineral line.
And just now he's bringing up this Banshee, which he's had for a very long time.
Okay, so the Banshee didn't die. Alright, so yeah.
I'm not sure where the Banshee was, but it came out of nowhere and then came back over here. Now we're seeing another tank Viking push from Smurphed coming through the middle.
Double expanding as well. Well, I mean, he had that other expansion down, but getting a third. And actually his opponent is doing the same thing right now, so they're both on the same wavelength.
Oh, he's mining minerals from his opponent's line.
Wait, what?
Oh no, he wasn't. Okay. Sorry, I thought that RanRan had clicked, dropped a mule there, but it was. I'm sorry, that what do you call it? Smurfed dropped a mule, but it was RanRan's mule.
Yeah, so Smurfed over here moving in with his tanks, with his Vikings, forcing his opponent RanRan to cancel his base and his tanks, taking down this destructible rocks really quickly. And let's take a look at the Viking count, because remember, in Terran versus Terran, it's the Viking count that matters, right? And so, look, Smurfed has 6 Vikings. RanRan has 3 Vikings. This means that Smurfed wins.
Yeah, pretty much in this case. These tanks are just going to push there. There's almost no mining.
And 4 Marauders in the mineral line.
Oh, yeah, I was... Definitely. It looks like he's just going to keep harassing from both sides, not give his opponent any chance to breathe. And probably will end up taking this game. You know, if RanRan pulls back from that, it'll be awesome. He's got enough minerals to do it, and he's finally realized that, and has dropped three barracks. In the meantime, Smurfed doing much better with his production. Yeah, a little bit of a trust fund, but not too much, and he's spending it on getting new bases.
So like another Viking confrontation over here. These 3 tanks just stranded by themselves, and SCV not repairing them for some reason. Okay, now that he's repairing, but it's not an auto repair. But now with
this right now, RanRan is supply blocked. His engineering bay is burning down. It's at 40 life and counting down, and he's moving out with his tanks and Vikings. It looks like, wow.
Nicely done.
He's gonna fix that engineering bay. Ouch.
And looks like a Thor drop with some Marauders. Oh wow!
It's got Viking support as well. I love this. This is great.
This Thor isn't going to Hawaii, but instead it's going to take a vacation in RanRan space. You know, destroying so much stuff. Even it will be able to take out this Banshee very easily, since it does damage to light armored, and those Marauders will take out those tanks very quickly as well, as long as they stim. But they're not stimming. They're not stimming, and it looks like that Thor actually died. So his vacation was not a very happy ending.
Yeah, Thor versus 5 tanks. That's a tough fight for me, Thor.
So Omid was noticing that they actually didn't have stim, which is kind of funny since there are all those tech labs. I don't see.
RanRan had sent all of his SCVs up there to build all of those supply depots, and then kind of left them because of the heat of the battle. Smurf is set up in the middle of the base. Look at that. Oh, but he forgot to have the guy on the Zelnaga towers, so RanRan takes advantage of that and gets a little free vision.
Yep, and the SCV is safe because it's behind the smoke screen. Tricky SCV. Looks like a Smurf moving in his own SCV. Don't know if it's to take the Zelnaga, but okay. Now army of Marauders and Vikings coming in from Smurf, going through